Oh, I don't like this one.
Welcome to the average Lethal Company experience, where you'll experience jump scares,
And there's
silly gags,
Oh, I didn't know there were two things. And a snare flea.
0.02% IQ moves,
oh no, not like this.
and much more.
Yeah.
When it came to VR, I must say,
Lethal Company VR has permanently stained my pants.
Okay, it's childish, can't be no homegirl, drop it like the NASDAQ. Move white girls like this coat up.
I knew this would get created. I knew this would get hype. I knew that it was only a matter of time until I had to subject myself to the otherworldly horrors of what Lethal Company VR would present. Lethal Company is now available for VR, and it is single-handedly one of the greatest, worst experiences I've ever had on VR. Grab my hand! Not because the game is bad by any means necessary. No. Quite the opposite. It's terrible because it has made me hit pitches loud enough to break the sound barrier. And there's I can't. Oh, what the fuck? No, get away from me! Overall though, it is really well made. I think it's easy to agree with the fact that Lethal Company is definitely one of those games that the average gamer can look at and immediately think, wow, this would actually crush it in VR. But the thing is, people don't actually realize how ridiculously intense it can get when you're in VR. Now in saying that, this for sure ain't the first video that you've heard talk about Lethal Company. But you haven't heard me talk about it. Lethal Company was already a hilarious game when playing with friends and terrifying when playing alone. So that terrifyingness when you're alone is dialed up to 11. It's one of those rare cases where the expectation versus the reality is basically the exact same, if not surpassing it when it comes to the reality. But Lethal Company VR was everything that I imagined and more. The best part about it is the fact that, like very few games, this can actually be played along with sole PC players as well. And the one thing I'm actually loving as of right now is I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend of the rise of those types of asymmetric VR games, which are basically the VR and PC cross-compatible games. Much like Takeling's House Party or Devigo. Devigo? Devigo? I think it's Devigo. I should probably check the pronunciation before recording this fucking video. In having such, it really feels really inclusive, and I'm still able to have just as much fun being able to play with all of my friends who might not have VR or aren't really in the mood to strap a micro TV to their skulls at the time. Because let's be real, VR is expensive and it's basically its own console at this point. I know VR is technically becoming more affordable, but let's be real, it's still the price of a base console. Then again, consoles nowadays are becoming way more ridiculously expensive, so I guess that argument's invalid now, fuck. Controls, much like the baseline PC version, are simple and quick to pick up, and the seamless transition to VR makes me realize a couple of things. I feel dangerously more aware of my surroundings, especially when it comes to seeing monsters. Oh. I noticed the snare fleas hanging up on ceilings a lot more now. It's left me wondering how so many NPCs in stealth games never bother to look up. I'm fucking looking at you, Batman Arkham, as well as Spider-Man, as well as Assassin's Creed, as well as basically every single stealth game in existence. Or just anything made by Ubisoft for the matter. Also, I am prone to being jump scared by everything 10 times more. Even if it was a hoarding bug. And this time I decided to play VR with a diaper for my own safety. I still shit myself, it didn't help. How everything is arranged on VR is pretty simple. You have your health and energy on one hand and the supplies you're currently holding on the other. We were already starting off with quite a few mods as it is, but it seemed like after I added the VR mod, in addition to all of those mods, it seemed to be compatible with each other. The only thing that seemed to mess up my vision of myself at the very least, or at least being able to see my hands, is either messing with the models or adding extra emotes. The thing is with VR, you're actually bound to notice a lot more details in the scenery because you're actually in that environment. I found myself stopping just to take in the viewpoints of certain places, whether I'm playing like a Skyrim or like a Half-Life Alyx. And it kind of just helps with that level of immersion. And the concept of a low depth of field, which I originally thought was going to be an issue when translating to VR, ended up not being a problem at all. So the lack of depth, which is already on PC anyways, just helps add to the suspense. And I originally thought it would be a problem because in VR games, you're so used to taking in the environment a lot more because you're actually immersed in it. So you look at faraway viewpoints to see what's happening. You look at the scenery, what's happening in front of you in comparison to like way farther in the distance. Just like you normally would perceive the events in your environment in real life. We also made the mistake of having several other mods with us in this run, and one that I completely forgot about was the fucking Backrooms. Alright, you leave. Fuck off. Ah! Do you have a sign or anything? Oh. I forgot this is a thing. Also followed by what literally might be the loudest clang drop on the face of the planet when you drop the axle parts. So bad I had to warn people about it too. Prepare your ears, gents. But with the Backrooms, I'm not exactly certain how it's triggered, but I assume it's a random chance to get sent when you receive damage. And completely forgetting about this mod took me by surprise. But once I grasped the idea of what actually might be sending people into the Backrooms, I may have sent others into the Backrooms. Let's say by accident. Ken.
What?
Did I? I didn't think you would one tap him. Did I just? I can't believe that. Who wants to go again?
Me.
As popular and as amazing as the game already is, I didn't think that the experiences that Lethal Company had previously made would be completely and significantly enhanced by being in VR. I'm too scared to attempt.
Amazing. Amazing.
Why did the door close?
What the fuck was that? Oh god.
Squidward tennis balls! Okay, I just watched both of you get fucking evaporated before my very eyes, and I don't know how to feel now. I thought it would help, and I thought it would be cool, but I didn't think it would be this amazing. If possible, I would totally and highly advise anyone who has some sort of access to a VR headset to try and experience this for themselves. I found myself laughing 10 times harder in any Lethal Company lobby than I've ever been in. Almost to the point where I literally couldn't even stand. Oh, for real? I don't care. Oh shit, Ken's gone! And with it already being a very goofy game, this dials the goofiness factor by 11 by being in VR. I can't even imagine how stupid or goofy I might have looked to some of my friends playing on PC. A treat that I personally wish I could have witnessed myself, but I need more people with headsets before I'm presented with the delicacy of VR goofiness. There's just something about being able to flail your arms up in the air in Lethal Company that makes this game 10 times funnier in VR. Okay, let's go! No! But for now, I will be the laughing stock for my friends when it comes to my goofy maneuvers and gestures in VR. Overall, such a great experience, and hands down the most nerve-wracking part was trying to jump the gaps in VR. Especially when my friends have the push mod. Okay, okay. Don't you fucking dare. You fucking piece of shit, stupid bitch. I'm fucking watching you. Yeah, you know. Yeah, kick his ass. Kick his dick in. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.